Captain Elena Vasquez knelt beside the cryopod, her weathered hands trembling as she gazed at the sleeping child within. The infant couldn't have been more than 6 months old, her tiny chest rising and falling in perfect rhythm with the life support systems. Golden hair framed a cherubic face that seemed impossibly peaceful, despite the chaos that had brought her here. "Another human foundling," whispered Dr. Chen, the expedition's xenobiologist. "That makes 17 this cycle." The bridge of the Defiant Hope fell silent. Everyone knew what finding abandoned human children meant in the Outer Rim territories. The Caltharian Empire had been collecting human infants for decades, claiming they were rescuing orphans from destroyed colonies. The truth was far more sinister. Ambassador Thektar materialized on the main screen, his reptilian features contorted in what passed for diplomatic courtesy among his species. "Captain Vasquez, you will surrender the foundling immediately. The child belongs to the Caltharian Foundling Protection Initiative." Elena stood slowly, her jaw clenched. Behind her, Lieutenant Commander Sarah Kim's hand drifted toward her sidearm. The entire crew had lost someone to the Caltharian protection programs. "Over my dead body," Elena said quietly. Thektar's forked tongue flickered with amusement. "That can be arranged, human. Your species' emotional attachment to your young is well documented. Quite predictable, really." What the Caltharians had never understood, what no alien species in the galaxy truly comprehended, was that human emotional attachment wasn't a weakness. It was their greatest strength. The first shots came from the Caltharian dreadnought Sovereign's Claw. Elena's ship, a modest exploration vessel, should have been vaporized instantly. Instead, the Defiant Hope's experimental human shields held, technology reverse-engineered from wreckage the Caltharians had left behind after their raids. "All hands, battle stations!" Elena barked. "Send the distress signal on all human frequencies. Tell them what we found." Dr. Chen cradled the cryopod protectively. "Captain, there are 17 other foundlings aboard Caltharian vessels in this system. All human. All stolen." Elena's eyes burned with cold fury. "Then we get them back. All of them." The response to their distress call was swift and overwhelming. Within hours, human ships began dropping out of hyperspace. Not just military vessels, but civilian craft. Mining ships, transport haulers, even luxury yachts. Word had spread through the human communication networks like wildfire. Children were in danger. Admiral Marcus Chen, Elena's brother, arrived commanding the dreadnought New Olympia. His message was brief. "Status report, Elena." 18 confirmed human children held by Caltharian forces, she replied. "They're refusing to return them." "Understood. All human vessels, this is Admiral Chen. The Caltharian Empire has declared these children their property. I'm declaring them wrong." What followed was unlike anything the galaxy had ever witnessed. Humans didn't fight wars like other species. They didn't calculate acceptable losses or negotiate territorial concessions when their children were threatened. They became something else entirely. The Battle of Kepler's Reach lasted 3 days. Human forces, massively outnumbered, employed tactics that baffled their enemies. Civilian ships retrofitted with weapons rammed Caltharian destroyers. Transport crews volunteered for suicide missions to breach enemy hulls. Parents who had never fired a weapon in anger turned their industrial equipment into instruments of war. Captain Elena personally led the boarding party that retrieved the first group of foundlings from the Sovereign's Claw. What they found in the ship's research bays would haunt the galaxy for generations. Laboratories where human children were being studied, their unique genetic markers cataloged, their neural patterns analyzed. The Caltharians had been trying to weaponize human emotional bonds, to understand how a species could fight so fiercely for individuals they'd never met. Thektar, captured during the boarding action, spat green blood as Elena held him by his scaly throat. "You cannot win this war, human. We have 1,000 worlds, billions of soldiers." Elena's smile was terrifying in its gentleness. "Ambassador, you made one critical error in your calculations." "What error?" "You hurt our children. All of them. Every human child you've taken, every family you've destroyed, every foundling you've stolen, they're all connected to every one of us. You didn't declare war on a ship or a colony or even a planet." Elena's grip tightened as the sounds of human forces systematically dismantling the Caltharian fleet echoed through the corridors. "You declared war on the concept of human family itself. The conflict spread like a plague across 3 constellations. Humanity, a species barely 50 years into galactic civilization, brought technologies and tactics that defied conventional warfare. They fought not for territory or resources, but for something their enemies couldn't quantify: love. Human engineers turned asteroid mining equipment into planet crackers. Human doctors developed biological weapons that specifically targeted Caltharian neural patterns. Human children, now safe in hidden colonies, designed quantum computers that predicted enemy movements with unprecedented accuracy. The war ended not with a great battle, but with a message broadcast simultaneously across every inhabited world in the 3 constellations. This is Admiral Elena Vasquez, speaking for the Human Coalition. We are not conquerors. We are not an empire. We are parents, siblings, friends, and guardians. Every child you have taken has been returned. Every facility where our young were held has been destroyed. Every official who authorized their capture has been brought to justice. She paused, looking directly into the camera as her infant foundling, now adopted daughter, slept peacefully in her arms. We are offering peace, not because we are weak, but because we are strong enough to choose mercy. But understand this: touch our children again, any of our children, anywhere in the galaxy, and we will burn your worlds to ash and scatter them in solar winds. The Caltharian Empire surrendered unconditionally. Historians would later debate whether the War of the Foundling was humanity's first great victory in galactic politics, or simply the moment the galaxy learned that some bonds cannot be broken, some love cannot be weaponized, and some fury cannot be contained. Elena knew better. It wasn't their first victory, and it wouldn't be their last. After all, in a galaxy full of wonders and terrors, humans had brought something new, a species that would literally burn down constellations for their children. And every alien race now knew it.